Yup, you know what time it is, man. This is, of course, your favorite channel, man, CTB. This is Shan Top Boxing. I am your boy, Jay Slay. I'm about to wreck your chin with this one. Before I proceed to wrecking your chin, man, let me first say thank you to our day ones, man. Thanks for riding with us. If this is your first time watching one of our shows, or if you have watched one of our shows, and you know you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, man, please, I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button. We ain't going nowhere. We here to stay. Most definitely hit that bell icon so you can get notifications when we make a show. Hit that thumbs up button, man, so we can get our channel out there, so we can get more guys like you to watch our shows, because we are a growing brand here, and we're trying to get out, get our brand out there and join the masses of other YouTube greats. But with that being said, let me proceed to your chin check. Terrence Bud Crawford and Earl Spence, of course, they have been going back and forth on Twitter. That's more what we all expect. We all expect those two who have been rivals, in my opinion, for the last better part of a half decade. These guys, in my opinion, have been compared to each other or linked to each other in some type of way to be opponents in the ring. So they have been, having their fair share of not only words online, but words also face to face. And that's expected. But the young guns have also coming up. They also seem to be, trying to get their position out there and get their name out there. But Earl Spence is not having it, man. If you mention Earl Spence in your name, he is going to air you out publicly if you make any or have any mishaps in your progress. As you see on the, if you've seen it in the thumbnail, I'm pretty sure you've seen it already. Earl Spence pretty much saying that, Bruce Ennis need to be back on the tent, man. Like, he's not ready, man. He's still sipping on Similac. He still needs a little bit more of that Gerber. You know what I mean? He needs a little bit more of that, playtime, nap time, a little bit of that structure before he hop in there with the big dogs. You know what I'm saying? He's saying that he need to slow his roll, which is what you can expect, man. He's a fighter that, you had his name in your mouth for a while. You petitioned to fight him. Like, he was pretty much trying to force a fight with them for the belt, trying to force a mandatory spot, which is what I'm here to talk about now. It seems a lot of those sanctioning bodies who had Boots highly ranked, man, they had him as the next sure thing, man. A lot of those sanctioning bodies seem to now drop Boots from their top 10s, even the top 15s in some cases, man. It's like he's no longer in their rankings, and I'm just curious on why. He in my opinion, dominated his last opponent. He looked, in my opinion, to have a little bit of trouble with the movement, but I will not, by my opinion, I do not see no vulnerabilities. I don't see anything new about Boots, other than the fact that, he could have vested the body a little more. He could do, little things here and there that could have got the guy out of there. But to me, in my opinion, that was more credit to his opponent, who I'm not going to butcher his name. His opponent came in there with a game plan. He had great movement. He knew how to move. He knew how to survive, and he did just that. He made it a survival fight for Boots and not a showcase fight for Boots. So he did what he was supposed to do. With that being said, a lot of people have criticized Boots Ennis, man, and said that, he looked vulnerable. He has some vulnerabilities. He's saying he's not ready for the top spot like we thought he was, and blase. So that could be a reason why the sanctioned bodies dropped him, but that makes no sense on why you have fighters like Barrios in front of him, who just got knocked out by a 135-pounder and then got pretty much dominated on by Keith Thurman. Or even while you were having below people like Ugas, who just got knocked out his last fight, or stopped his last fight. So, in my opinion, the sanctioned bodies having him ranked a little lower, or not even ranked at all for his performance, is asinine. The only other thing that I can think of on why they don't have him ranked is because of his petition of, the IBF. He petitioned for a title fight. I guess, I don't know if you've seen shout out to Blue Blood Sports TV, but he kind of elaborated on it earlier. A lot of the sanctioned bodies don't like that. They don't like when you vocal and you don't go with the program. They kind of try to do things to humble you. So that could be also the hop back on the tit scenario that Earl Spence was talking about. But This is what I think Earl Spence was really getting at. I think Earl Spence was talking about, the fight itself. The fight was about a week ago, a little more than a week ago. So I think Earl Spence finally probably got around to watching the fight, and he let it be known yesterday. He let it be known that everybody think they ready, but they got to hop back on that tip real quick. Because he probably seen that as, Boots Ennis not quite being ready for the big leagues like he's saying. It could have been like, he said he could beat me, blase. He thought he was ready, but it's still some things the young man need to learn. And I like that talking, man. If I'm Boots Ennis, man, I'm picking another top 5, top 3 challenger. Go ahead and try to get an Ortiz fight if possible. As Oscar De La Hoya allow it, go ahead and get, go in there with Ugas. Ugas will take the fight. Ugas need a payday. Go in there and dominate your next opponent. When I say dominate, I mean go in there with the records of abandonment you did when you fought Lipinets and when you fought Delorme, and go in there and show these guys that you was not a fluke, that you are not a fluke, and that your skill set it is what it showed to be. And that was just a bad showcase fight. Cause let's be honest. Let's be 100% honest. You can kind of compare these two fights. You can kind of compare Boots Ennis fight to where he fought not Robert Garcia, but when he fought Mikey Garcia, man. Now I know what you're gonna say. All the Earl Spence fans, I already feel you on my neck, man. I feel you breathing on my neck. I know what you're gonna say. Mikey Garcia is the better fighter. Mikey Garcia, he's a champion. He was pound for pound ranked in that time, top 10 in most people's opinion. But he was a smaller man. He was a very much so smaller man. I mean, height, reach, weight, whatever advantage you wanted to give him, physically, he had the disadvantage of Earl Spence Jr. This guy against Boots Ennis, man, that was, pretty much on the even playing field with everything. And this is just me being playing devil's advocate a little bit. These two performances are a lot closer. They are a lot closer than what Earl Spence fans, I go ahead and call them out. Those two performances are a lot closer than what Earl Spence fans will admit to. There was no height and no reach advantage in Boots' favor like it was for Earl Spence. And I do remember Earl Spence struggled to catch Mikey Garcia clean in some ways. Mikey Garcia survived. Mikey Garcia, being the veteran that he was, knew how to survive, and he made it a fight in where, Earl Spence Jr. looked good. He won every round. It was a dominant performance. But it left fans saying, "Oh, you couldn't stop Mikey Garcia. What the hell? How you can't stop this guy? But you talking about you can fight Keith Thurman? Because Keith Thurman was the man at that time. How you gonna call out Keith Thurman? How you gonna call out the top, Danny Garcia and all these guys if you can't stop little ass Mikey Garcia, man? What's going on with you?" So Boots Ennis gotta just stay humble, man. He gotta take this situation as a humbling situation. Keep his nose to the road, man. Keep running, keep working, keep grinding. And then go in there and show and prove. Show them that you're not on the tech no more. Go in there and show these guys that was just a performance where a guy knew how to survive. But yeah, back to Earl Spence though, I'm greatly a fan. I'm a fan of his words, man. I'm a fan of how he talk. I mean, contrary to popular belief, you can be both a Earl Spence and a Terrence Crawford fan. You don't have to choose one or the other if you love the sport of boxing. I am also an Earl Spence fan. I've always been an Earl Spence fan. It's just my opinions when him and Terrence Crawford get in the ring. I think Terrence Crawford gonna dominate him in a way that a lot of people are not ready for. And just my opinion and my film study. But it's another story for another day. Earl Spence Jr., man, I am a fan of his personality. I love a man who not only stay true to his words, but also in some ways are aggressively humble. That you can be aggressive at the same time but be humble. You can be a guy who's confident in your skill set, a guy who's show improving his skill set, who's also willing to show improving your skill set, but at the same time be humble enough to show a little bit of shine, a little bit of recognition to your opponent. Because everything he said to you about these guys is not all shit talking. He gave Earl Spence, he gave Terrence Crawford a little bit of shine when he want to. He give Boots Ennis a little bit of shine when he wants to, but they're competition, so you also got to put them in their place when you need to. But with that being said, man, let me know in the comment section what you think about this video, what you think about the controversial thumbnail, that if YouTube don't take it down because of it. I'm curious to see if YouTube gonna take my thumbnail down. I'll take this video down. We're gonna see. But let me know in the comment section what you think, man. This is most definitely an interesting topic that I'm interested to see how it carries out. Hopefully we'll know something the next year, man. But with that being said, this is your favorite channel, man, CTB. This is Chappell Boxing. I am your boy, Jay Slay. You just got chin check.